Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, everybody. Welcome back to another episode of the Myriad Paths podcast. My name is Rei, and
And,
his name is
and
Rui.
I'm Rui.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, and welcome back, folks. It's been quite a while. Well, from the recording perspective, it's been quite a while. But I'm pretty sure you guys, maybe some of you guys, have seen the episode 5 that came out. We've already put it on our channels, and so if you haven't seen that, maybe you can give it a look after you have listened to this episode. Yeah. Well. So yeah, I guess we can start. We will start again with some updates. How have you been, Rui? How is Japan?
Man. So it's been good. I mean, Japan is all right. Nothing much has changed. It's a country that is pretty much, you can always know what's happening. My day-to-day life hasn't changed much. Work, get through the day, get through the week, get to the weekend. I guess one thing that's been different since a couple months back is I've started tennis recently, and we spoke a little bit about sports and stuff.
Oh yeah.
It's been taking over my life, man. It's a great sport. Mentally and physically challenges you, and work, when work's done, I just just want to get to the court. I just want to do some sports and not think about work. But yeah, that's been Sendai. It's been Japan. How about Montreal, man?
Montreal recently, it got pretty cold recently. Like just this morning, it's gotten to 6 degrees.
6 degrees. Hold on.
Yes,
16
sir.
or 6?
6 degrees centigrade. Yes, sir. Yep.
What?
It's yeah. The weather's been pretty crazy lately. Like I think like just a week ago it was very mild. It was like somewhere around 16 or maybe even 20. Now yeah, the last few days it's been pretty cold. Like it's just been ping ponging like that. But well,
that is wow.
It is what it is.
It is what it is, but I mean, I think tomorrow it's gonna be around 15 degrees here in Sendai.
Oh.
But nowhere near like below 10. Like I'm still alright without like a jacket. I haven't bought a jacket yet. For winter.
Okay.
But 6 degrees in October, my lord. Winter is coming indeed.
It's coming for sure. But well, I'm expecting like maybe in like for a week or so, maybe it's gonna stay cold, and then it's gonna it's gonna go back up again. It's gonna be like that. Like these transition weathers, like I think ever since this year, it's been a bit wacky. It's never like stable. It's always going like up and down, up and down, up and down.
Damn, man. I mean, just make sure you take care of yourself. Don't get sick.
Yes. Yeah. To anyone listening, in cold places of the world as well. Yep. Just take care. Winter's coming. I'm trying to take care of myself. Sometimes sometimes it works. Sometimes it doesn't. Sometimes I still get some colds here and there. Well, it sucks. But oh well.
Yeah. Make sure you drink your vitamins.
Yes. I've been keeping myself up with that. So yeah, hopefully that would be enough to keep my body in fit form and fit shape. And speaking of sports, I haven't been. Well, you have been trying to get me to play tennis, and
I have.
right. And honestly, like, I'm pretty curious because I do have a few friends who I know they're playing tennis. I don't know if they still are, but we'll see. If I don't know if they have indoor courts or not, or if they're still going to continue playing in winter. But if there's not, then should summer come, well, I'll definitely give that a try.
Yeah, man. I mean, outdoor sports in the winter. I've done it before. It, at first it can be a bit shocking, but once you get used to, the weather, it's fun. But if you can, give it a shot.
Oh, so like playing like football in winter?
Yes, sir. Oh hell yeah.
Oh wow.
It was freezing cold, and if you don't warm up properly, your body's GG, man. Like you're gonna cramp up, you're gonna tweak a muscle here and there. So.
Ooh, yeah. dude, like even in the cold, like even when I'm sleeping, sometimes I get cramps, man. Like, yeah, I would, dude, I can still.
Well, I mean, make sure you stretch before you sleep. I think
Right,
it'll
right.
help a lot
Yeah,
with the cramps.
will do. Yeah, I'll do that too
Yeah.
for sure. Oh boy.
Yeah, well, I'm
Yeah.
glad to hear that you're doing great. You know, and I
Likewise,
think this is
man.
quite a nice. It's quite a nice little segment to start our or this episode with. You know, talk about Montreal. We talk about Japan a little bit. So, Ray, why don't you sort of like introduce the topic of this video?
All right. So in this episode, we're going to talk about our experiences with the cities that we've lived in so far. So, for example, for the both of us, we have both lived in Japan, although like in different parts of Japan. For example, for me, I've lived in Fukuoka, which is on the island of Kyushu. So it's down south. Well, for Rui, you've lived in Sendai and Kyoto and Akita, right?
Yep. So mostly in the northern part.
Right. So northern
And
part.
once in the central part. Yeah, sure. Kansai.
Yeah. So yeah, we both have some experience living in Japan, and also experiences living in North America. For me, it's Montreal. For Rui, it's New York and LA. Yeah.
Los Angeles and New York.
Yep. New York and Los Angeles. So yeah, we're going to talk about that, how it has been, well, in general, how the living experience of it has been. And yeah, maybe we can compare some parallels here and there, if there's like any similarities in our experiences. Because, well, yeah, it's time really does fly, because looking back, I have lived in Montreal for 2 years now. That's quite something. It's been 2 years since I've been here.
It's been 2 years. Wow.
Yep. And yeah, for you, it's been 2 years too in Japan. So it's like, man.
Pretty much. Yeah, 2 years has passed. Yeah, 2 years and a half.
Yeah, it's crazy, man. It's really
Time
crazy.
Flies, doesn't it?
Well, it does fly, and and I think we've already had like some experiences, and recently, like, it's just been on my mind, how, like, my impressions of living here, because sometimes, like, when you talk with friends or like when you talk with family, eventually the topic of like, where do you want to live, eventually comes up.
Right.
And so that just gets me thinking as well. Well, at first, because I just moved out of Japan, I was feeling pretty homesick. I was like, oh man, like I really miss Japan. And because like like for me and like I guess for us, like our passports are not strong enough to just like pop by in Japan anytime we want. So
yeah,
like sure. There's man, like there's like this huge feeling of like, man, I'm really gonna miss this place when I first moved out, right?
Sure.
And now, like, after having lived in Montreal for quite a decent time and having experienced, well, through my lenses, right? Through my lenses, I've experienced like the culture, the city, and such. So now, yeah, I feel like it's in this episode, I would like to, well, not only share my experience, but also like as a part of my own personal exploration of what has it been like. What do I like about it? What do I dislike? And yeah, hopefully this will be, people who are listening will be able to learn a thing or two, or like maybe relate.
Yeah, amazing. So I'm excited to hear it. I'm excited to hear your story. So
likewise,
so why don't you start us off with, Montreal? Your impressions about the city, I guess. It's been 2.5 years, 2 years for you. What's it been like, How's Montreal for you?
Okay. Undoubtedly, Montreal it's a beautiful city. It's really beautiful in the sense that it's a lively city, but it has its own. It has actually quite a lot of landmarks. Like there's a huge park. There's like even like a small hill in the middle, And
Okay.
that small hill is in fact, the origin of the name of Montreal. You know, it's supposed to be like Montreal, so it's like, so there's like a small mountain, Mount Royal,
Okay. Mm-hmm.
and if I'm not mistaken, someone's got to fact check me on this. That's how like the
Mm-hmm.
name, yeah, that's how like the name Montreal was adopted. So it was from
Okay.
that small hill in the middle,
Mm-hmm.
and well, it became Montreal. But
Sure.
anyway, like so we have like this one really beautiful hill, and
Mm-hmm.
there's like has a really beautiful view of the city. And other than that, there are many huge parks around the city. Like
Okay.
you can look at Google Maps and like probably take like even from my place, which is not exactly in downtown, like you can probably take like around
Mm-hmm.
10 to 15-minute walk, and you'd arrive into a park or two.
Really?
Yeah, and that's what I kind of like about this place. Like,
Mm-hmm.
it's a huge city for sure, but well, maybe because I'm not using a car. I guess like for
Sure.
car
Sure.
drivers in Montreal, that would be like a different experience because
Mm-hmm.
I have seen how bad the traffic can get during rush hours.
Ooh, okay.
Yeah, but for me, like it doesn't feel like the city is overcrowded.
Mm.
It feels like a huge city, but it also
Mm-hmm.
feels kind of like home. Like there's like this
Ooh,
homey
okay.
feeling, like it feels comfortable.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
so
Interesting. So,
yeah, yeah.
walk me through that sort of homey feeling for you. You mentioned, nature and stuff like that. So,
Mm-hmm.
I've never been to Montreal before, but mentioning like a lot of nature and greens. So, does Montreal like, is it like an urban city or is it more of like in between?
Urban. Wait, can you explain to me what urban means in this case?
Right. A lot of skyscrapers. New York. Think New York. Like urban is like,
Oh,
literally concrete jungle. Um,
okay. There,
and just, a lot of
okay.
people concentrated in like business areas and stuff like that.
So I feel like it's a mix of both. So they
Okay.
have the downtown area, which
Mm-hmm.
is well, it is quite like a concrete jungle, and there are quite a lot of skyscrapers. There's even like a good,
Mm-hmm.
let's say, a good spot from the city where you can have this like overview of like all the skyscrapers in downtown. So there's a lot. They have like
Okay.
that metropolis like section,
Sure.
but out outside of that, there are
Mm.
also all these like small neighborhoods. Like let's say
Mm-hmm.
like there's like a Little Italy, there's like a
Right.
Chinatown, there's like this
Sure.
and
Sure.
there's that. So there's like lots of
Mm-hmm.
neighborhoods, which what I would attribute to this feeling of like home like.
Mm.
So
Okay.
it's that part. And like even like like funnily enough for me, even the urban section of the city is not too
Right.
crowded. Like it still feels,
Okay.
what do you call that? It still feels welcoming, I guess is the way I would put it. You know, when I
Welcoming.
think,
Okay.
yeah, because like when I think about cities, like when I think about it, it's not like, let's say, for example, you know how people would say like Tokyo is overcrowded, and like
Sure.
how it feels like, well, not to really knock Tokyo down a peg, but like it can feel a bit isolating. It can feel a bit unfriendly,
Absolutely.
like too
Absolutely. Yeah.
stifling,
When.
right?
Right.
And I feel like Montreal is sort of like a good balance of like what urban and like what, well, not really suburban, but like urban and like what well, this welcoming feeling is like. I feel like it's a really good
Okay.
balance. And
Interesting.
yeah, and that's one thing that like I want to know about.
Mm-hmm.
Like if you don't mind, like there's one thing that I want to know about like New York, because I feel like, is it sort of like that? Like there's like a section that is like very urban area, but then there's also like some open areas, like some parks and things like that. What's your experience been with New York?
With New York, I mean, New York. How do I even say this? Like, there are a lot of songs about New York, right? A lot of impressions about how New York is basically a concrete jungle. Like, you step into New York, right?
Mm-hmm.
Let's say you get into, okay, there are three airports in New York, or I guess two, and one in New Jersey. But most people will probably come from JFK and they'll land in Brooklyn. So Brooklyn is a bit more of the, how do I say this? Like, I'm not saying it's suburbs. Some parts of Brooklyn can be a little bit of a, can have a bit of that, suburban feel, but it's like far east. Whereas the more you get closer to Manhattan, which is like the main island where the skyscrapers and everything are, things become a bit more, urban, a lot, I guess more compact. And so, I spent most of my time when I was in New York, obviously in Manhattan because I worked there and I studied there. But I lived in Queens, didn't live in Brooklyn. So New York is such a unique blend of, how do I say this? Like the Manhattan area is very much your suburb, your urban area. Like imagine if you've seen any movie ever, like New York, that's literally what it's like. Like concrete jungle, a lot of skyscrapers. It feels like you are stuck in between, the high towers, right?
Okay.
And there are a lot of people, not just people working there, people living there, but a lot of tourists visiting New York. And it can get stifling. And I remember my first time ever going to New York, I was in the middle, so I was living in Los Angeles at that point.
Right.
And I went to New York during Christmas. It was like nothing else. Like New York during Christmas was absolutely beautiful. It was cold as hell because the wind chills, because cold wind sort of like gathers in between the high towers.
Oh yeah,
it was really cold. But just looking at this is one of my favorite parts about New York is the Christmas markets or the night markets, because in the middle of like this concrete jungle, you can find this little, not even little, like a quite wide space of people just drinking hot chocolate, having their what do you call it, marshmallows.
Yes.
What do you call it? S'mores. I forgot.
I think so. Yeah.
I forgot what you call it, but it's a beautiful sight. And yeah, honestly, New York, for me, Manhattan didn't feel quite as homey just because there were so many people there, and it just feels like you have to be on your toes all the time. Like they don't really.
Okay.
So here's one thing that people tend to sort of, I guess, misunderstood about New York is people say that New Yorkers are very, not mean, but they don't care about people around them.
Oh yeah.
Now that is true to some extent, but in my experience, New Yorkers, they will help you even though they are grumpy. Like, let's say they're trying to get somewhere, and then you ask them, "Hey, how can I get to Central Park?" They might look like you've just insulted their grandmother or something.
Yeah.
But they will say, "Hey, you take the train, take the NQRW or whatever, take the yellow train, take the 123 or whatever, and you'll get there." Even though they're saying it in a bit of a, what a bad start to the day or something like that.
Oh, okay. Oh.
Yeah. So New York, it's really interesting, man. It's I think the most interesting part about New York, I think you mentioned about how like Montreal has that sort of multicultural aspect, like little pockets for the city. Same with New York. We have Chinatown, we have Little Italy. In Queens, we have Queens, Chinatown, like not even China, like literally like an Asian area. Amazing food, probably one of the best. You can get amazing Asian food there, probably even better than the original counterparts, some would say.
Yeah, I think I've heard those claims.
And New York is a city where everyone came from a different part of the world, and they have their own story. And New York is the place where you can sort of like create your own story without fear of being looked upon or like looked down upon. And it's really interesting to see it that way, because literally this is New York. You can find anyone from all walks of life in New York City. And that is beautiful in a way, because you will never see it anywhere else. And for me, that was the best part about New York. It's, as they say, a melting pot of culture.
Yes.
And it's that melting pot is like a three Michelin star gourmet food. It's beautiful on its own. And I mean, New York, I have nothing but great memories about New York. Obviously, there are some bad memories here and there, but in general, impressions about New York, it's a beautiful city. It's just unique. It's very unique compared to any other cities in the world, and it's very expensive.
Oh yeah,
that
for
is
sure.
probably the biggest part.
Yeah, I think that comes with like the attractiveness of the place as well. Of course, like the prices are going to be high. And I heard it's gone a bit crazy recently, like the prices.
It's insane. I mean, I think when I was this is one of the things that I just can't understand about New York. But when I was I started living in New York when I was 18-ish.
Yes.
And after COVID, so I was able to get an apartment. I had to room share with someone, because in general you probably can't get an apartment for a decent price without having a roommate.
Room share, as in like you guys sleep in the same bedroom, or like is it separate?
Oh, sorry, it's so.
I shared apartment then. Okay, sweet.
Yeah, shared
okay, cool. Okay.
Yeah, and we got an apartment in basically, so there's an area called Union Square, which is basically in the center of, close to the center of, Midtown of New York, basically in between Midtown and in between like Chinatown and Faidai, or Financial District.
Okay.
And areas, it's like a high demand area, and I was able to get an apartment. Well, the both of us, so I had to pay around $1,000 a month. Still expensive compared to other cities in the city.
Yeah.
But you getting that price in that area is next to impossible. Now, probably that apartment that I used to live in would probably run you close to $2,000 a month just for the rent itself. So
like even with sharing, like $2,000 a month, like these days.
Yep. Close to $2,000, I would say.
Yeah.
Getting an apartment for less than $1,500 in Manhattan, you'd either have to get like a shoebox apartment or something that's like broken down, like heater, door locks don't work, something like that. Like
yikes!
It's next to impossible.
Damn.
Yeah. So that's one of the things that I just don't understand about New York. The real estate is just out of control.
Yeah, I feel like it's a problem with a lot of big cities. Like, well, like just now, like you mentioned, well, there was like a lot of interesting points about New York that when as you mentioned it, like I was taking a look at some pictures of like Queens, of like Union Square,
right?
And I felt like, based on your description, like it kind of confirms like what I've been, or like, well, regardless if it's true or not factually, like it confirms what I've been feeling about how Montreal also shares some of these traits with New York in a way. Like you remember like when we talked outside of the podcast, like I mentioned, like like for a lot of like recordings, like for like a lot of filming, oftentimes, even though it's set in New York, like they would record it in Montreal because like it's cheaper to film here. Right? So like even from like from the vibe standpoint, the city feels similar. And if you kind of look into it, like I feel like just from the pictures, I'm getting that Manhattan is really huge, like area wise. Like it's just like this own section, and everything is just skyscrapers. Is that correct?
Basically.
Okay.
So so one thing that's unique about New York, and I'm not sure how it is in Montreal, is that New York has 5 boroughs, right? Basically for
Okay.
5 main areas. You have
Okay.
you have Manhattan, you have Queens, you have Brooklyn, you have oh my god, brain's not working. What's the other two? Harlem.
Harlem, no?
Hold up 1 second. New York, 5 boroughs.
Okay.
My brain
All
just
right.
farted. I am so sorry.
It
Hold
happens,
up.
man.
Yeah. 1 second. Yeah, you have Staten Island, you have Brooklyn, Queens. Sorry, Bronx, the Bronx,
Oh,
which
okay. The Bronx,
uh,
right?
yep, and Manhattan. Excuse me about that.
All good, man. It happens to the
Yeah.
best of us.
So all those boroughs, right? They have different vibes to them, and
Mm-hmm.
I'm sure you've heard about the Bronx, and a lot of people would say that, oh, if you're visiting New York for the first time, don't go to the Bronx because it's dangerous or whatever.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
There are areas that are dangerous, obviously. Same with
Mm-hmm.
Manhattan, same with Queens, same with Brooklyn. But all these boroughs, they have their own identity. Like Manhattan is basically, the finance, right? The cultural
Right.
hub,
Mm-hmm.
Financial district. Wall Street's there, right?
Yes.
You have Times Square. But then you go to Brooklyn,
Yes.
and it's just a completely different vibe. A lot of artists live there. It's very, how do I say this? It's very lively, but it's also very, it's like a rainbow almost. Like it's very,
Oh.
everything's interchangeable. It's just really unique. And then you go to Queens, and it's a bit more, how do I say this? Like for me, Queens was the most homey part of New York because a lot of families live there. A lot of people from different cultures. A lot of Asian people there as well.
Oh,
And
okay.
it just felt a lot like home, Queens. So
Okay.
and then you add the international aspect of the city, you just have so much like flavor in just one little area. Not even little. So I'm not sure if Montreal is like that, but yeah. What do you think?
Yeah, I would say it's quite similar in that sense. And when you mentioned like how Brooklyn is like the artistic district of the city, I felt like with Montreal, funnily enough, I feel like the downtown area has a lot of like artistic feel to it. So
Interesting.
yeah, so like it's especially in downtown. I feel like, let's say like there are like some apartment buildings, and then like you would see it like painted like with this huge mural on it, and then
Sure.
and then like in other parts of the city, like you would see like these, like it's usually in summer, like you would see like lots of like attractions and like lots of like lots of free things to do. So they would have some markets. They would have like this I don't remember it. It was like some live performance. Like it's just for free. Like you can just like pass by and you just can see what's going on. There's like a live performance of music, and then they have like this acrobatics right next to it. Like it's pretty crazy.
Interesting.
And yeah, so even in downtown itself, like I felt like the downtown section, like Montreal feels more like a mix, because like I couldn't really like, I guess you can like divide it into like sections, which I don't know how a lot of people can do that. Like for me, just Montreal's just Montreal in my head, it's just like one island, that's it.
Right,
like,
right.
But like according to some people, yeah, there are like some sections, like there's like the section for like Latin America. There's also a section for probably Italians, like there's Little Italy, and then there's like sections for like other cultures. But it feels more intermingled, compared to like it being different sections of the city. At least like from what I've perceived it so far. And yeah, so yeah, like even though like the downtown is like where so the downtown area, I would say like it's big, but it's not too big, and then like it's very pedestrian friendly. There's just like one there's this one street that's called St. Catherine Street, and and people would just like walk there like a lot. Like it's just like this one section of there's like several streets, right, like that go through downtown, and then like even during winter, like people would just go out and they would just like take a walk, there, because like it's really beautiful. Like I love that part of the city.
Interesting.
And it doesn't feel too overcrowded, and and yeah, there's like when you mentioned like the like multiculturalism and how
Mm-hmm.
it seems as if people can come from like very different backgrounds and live here.
Mm-hmm.
Like I would say, like
Right.
it's that I would say is something that Montreal definitely shares with New York.
Interesting.
You can. I'm pretty sure there's like a lot of people with like very different backgrounds. I haven't really talked to a
Mm-hmm.
lot of people. I mean, I haven't really talked to like people from like different varying backgrounds, but from the
Mm.
people that I've met so far, yeah,
Yeah.
like we do come from like different parts of the world, different parts of the,
Mm-hmm.
um, yeah, with different education, different
Sure.
occupation,
Mm-hmm.
and it's been really fascinating to see, really, like for example, like some of my roommates, like one of them is also a student like me.
Mm-hmm.
Others they do film, like they do like film editing. I think I'm not exactly sure.
Wow.
Yeah, so it's and then like I have friends who, well, yeah, it's basically that. Like there's just like so many
Right.
different, not only like different cultures but also different backgrounds. That
Sure. Sure.
Yeah, and that I feel like, yeah, it really contributes to like that homey feel,
Mm.
because
Mm-hmm.
so one thing that I really like about Montreal that I feel like
Mm-hmm.
I haven't really gotten in Japan
Sure.
is the food. I feel like,
The
I don't know if you would
food.
agree with
Okay.
me on this, but like the food is one of the most effective ways to make you feel like at home, or like to
Sure.
experience what other people's perspective of home is like, I would say.
Okay. Okay. Tell me more about this. Tell me more about this.
Okay, let me see if I can explain this well. Because, like,
Mm-hmm.
for me, like, having so much different cuisine in the city
Sure.
makes it feel so welcoming in a way.
Ah.
That, like,
Okay.
this is like a small and most effective gateway to other people's culture. Well, outside of like, let's say, arts and music or
Sure. Sure.
movies, like
Mhm.
food is like one of the quickest gateways in my opinion. And
Sure.
seeing all these different restaurants, or
Mhm.
like having tasted like different foods, it that part to me is what feels like home. And
Interesting.
yeah, like I don't know, like it's of course it's different from like what people think of, like, oh, home is like when you get this slice of like, let's say like wherever you came from, and then like you, like, let's say for me, like, oh, like you get to taste like Indonesian food in Montreal, and like that feels like home, right? Like,
Right.
for me, it's like it's not that sense of home. It's more like, what is it that other people see as home, and like being able to sense that in other things is what
Mm-hmm.
gives this feeling of comfort, even though it's not my own home, it's someone else's
Right.
home.
Right.
But it feels,
Right.
so like you get this like very welcoming sensation from it.
Sure.
I don't
Sure.
know if
So-
you get that. Yeah, it's a bit, yeah.
No, I think I understand what you're saying. It's almost like just because there's an abundance of available sort of like this authentic recipes or restaurants, it's almost like you're being welcomed to their kitchen.
Yes.
And
Oh yes. Yeah, you're putting it
Because-
beautifully.
I definitely agree with you. Like New York has that vibe of like, I walk into this restaurant and it's as if I'm walking to someone's kitchen, and they're welcoming with their food, even though I'm a complete stranger.
Yes.
And
Yeah.
there is that sort of like, oh, welcome to, this is not much, but welcome to our house. Please enjoy the food and stuff like that. And
Yeah.
I'm not sure.
Like-
I sort of that's sort of like the image that I had in mind, and I'm not
Yeah,
sure
yeah,
if
yeah.
that's sort of like what you're trying to convey.
Yeah. It's more or less that. It's perfect. Like,
Yeah.
yeah, it's like, yeah, like it's like being welcome to home. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well
and,
said, yes.
So I have to agree that New York has that vibe. It has. I don't think, again, I've never been to Montreal, and hearing your story just makes me want to visit. But
Yeah.
New York has that unbeatable vibe of like a lot of multicultural restaurants from anywhere. You can find Caribbean food, you can find Korean food, you can find Japanese food, you can find African food. There's food from Kenya I've never had before.
Oh.
and it's so unique. Like in a city that's so dense and so covered in like concrete, you find these little pockets of like home or someone else's home, and it's like a little getaway.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah.
and it takes your mind off like stress of life and stuff like that. And
Mm-hmm.
that's sort of one of the things that I love the most about New York, because I remember work, after work, after studying, whatever, you just want a little getaway, right? A little getaway where you can just like get me out of this stressful city or something like that. And you find that in New York so easily. And restaurants, bars, whatever, you get inside and it just feels like you're transported to someone's back garden or like kitchen.
Oh yeah. Mm-hmm.
And it's just something so unique that I don't think really exists. Especially now, we'll talk more about Japan, a bit more in detail about Japan soon. But I don't
For sure.
I've never felt that sort of like homey in Japan, but through food.
Yeah, yeah.
But New York, and I'm sure you can agree with Montreal as well, like the food, the multicultural aspect just makes you feel welcome. It's like you're entering someone's house essentially, right?
Yep. Yeah, yeah. Mm-hmm. It's, yeah. I guess it's it's. Yeah, it makes me. It does make me want to want to visit New York. Like hearing this explanation, dude. Yeah, for sure. Like it's in my bucket list now. Like
hey, one day, man.
Yeah,
Maybe
one
we'll
day,
make
one
it
day.
Happen.
Mm-hmm. For sure.
We'll go to New York, have a trip to New York together. It's gonna be
Dude.
as hell, but
Man, yeah, dude, like, yo, I'm gonna need a local to show me around, man. Yeah. Likewise, like when you want to come to Montreal, yeah, for sure.
Oh yeah, it's on my list for sure.
Mm-hmm.
So, I guess we've been sort of not. I was gonna say like looking through the rose-tinted glasses. Of,
kind of, yeah.
Montreal and New York.
I mean, for sure, yeah.
But let's go a little bit. Let's do a bit of a devil's advocate, shall we? And
all right.
Has there been any sort of like things that you were like, oh man, this city isn't great or something?
Oh.
Has anything happened to you within Montreal?
Well, so far, I mean, despite all those things, I would like to say still, like, I still love the city. Like, that, sure, it does come with its own set of, like, let's say, difficulties and challenges, but overall, I'm able to, like, either tolerate it or accept it. But, yeah, there are things like that nonetheless. So, let's see. So, first part, which I would say, like, was quite difficult for me, and when I started coming here, was the language, like the language barrier.
French.
Or
sure.
So, unfortunately, these days, let's say you're about to move or like you're about to do something that requires some official documentation,
right?
You would only receive the documents in French most of the time.
Okay.
So I know how like a lot of people would say that Montreal is a bilingual city, and I would agree with that, because you go to any shops, you go anywhere in the city, no doubt they'll be able to speak in English with you. Unfortunately, other parts of the city, like with the government, so documents and things like that would be in French. And sometimes even getting like services from the government, like I don't know, like I've heard like some stories where they would even ask you like, oh, how long have you been staying here? Oh, if you've already stayed for more than 6 months, then unfortunately we can only offer the services in French, things like that. So the language barrier, sometimes there's like, I feel like the language barrier is sometimes artificially conflated. Like there are some parts where like, because like it's a necessary part of daily life, but then like they would make it so that, oh, you got to speak French for this. Oh, you're gonna have to do this in French, which is quite a shame. Because I'll be honest, like for me, just by the virtue of like living here and like experiencing the culture, like it has made me motivated to learn French, or like to become more curious about the culture.
Right.
And you know, like even though like I've been mentioning all these questionable programs like from the government, or like questionable moves, so to speak, there has been really good programs. So programs like the it's apprendre le français, francisation. So it's like learning French, the francisation program. That's a good initiative. Like the government back then, like they would pay you even to actually take French lessons. Like, dude, like that's a really good initiative. That's a really good program.
That's huge.
Right, right. And I wish like they would have more programs like this, you know? Like they would make it more accessible for people to learn French instead of like just pushing it directly to people who have no experience. Cuz
Right.
if I had to put it into like an analogy, it's just like you're making, it's like, you know, like let's say you first come to Montreal, okay, like you like, well, I guess like, you know, it can go both ways. Like you should do your homework and check if the city actually uses French or English, you know, which I admittedly didn't really do. So that was also a mistake on my part. But you know, like they could have made it a bit more accessible instead of just like forcing French on like newcomers. So for example, because like for me, like it seems like, you know, you first come to the city and then like you receive all these documents and everything's in French, like without any like, let's say like, you know, like maybe just like a second page of like English translation. It feels like, let's say you're a person who can't swim and they just suddenly make you swim in deep waters, you know?
Right. Yeah.
Instead of like right, because like if you're taking classes, then like it's like slowly introducing you to shallow waters, then a bit to deeper waters, and then they let you swim on your own. But in this case, it's like, oops, sorry, you're out of luck. Here you go, just go swim in deep waters. No other option.
Right.
Best of luck, kiddo. You know, it's like
sink or swim.
Right. It's like if you really want people to live here, like I would say that is not the best approach. And I have people like a frank, like in here, like, you know, we call like people who speak English anglophones and French speakers francophone. So I have like I've met like a few francophone like friends, and they would also agree. Like they're like, yo, why would they force it in this way? Like this is counterproductive. And yeah, see, like even people who speak French would not agree with this like approach, you know.
Interesting.
So yeah, well, that's just like a quite a long-winded exposition to say that the enforcement of the French language, like I sometimes I love it, sometimes it's sort of like a, well, not, I wouldn't say I would hate it, but I would just say like I'm disappointed in it. Like, come on, there must be other better ways to approach this. Right. So that's one thing. But other than that, like the Quebecois culture, like Quebec culture in Montreal, I feel like Montreal, because like Quebec and other places, like just an FYI, like Quebec as a province, the official language is French. So if you go to places outside of Montreal, like let's say if you go to like the countryside, they would only speak French. They would not know English. Oof. So with that in mind, like Montreal is a really unique melting pot where it is a highly bilingual city. Like people who grew up here, like they would be like highly bilingual. And there's just like something that is really, really fascinating for me to see, like how people would just like, you would go to downtown and then like you sit down in a cafe, you hear like some friends talking, and they would just like they would just like mix this French and English so seamlessly. Like it's like this is, I would say, like something that is uniquely Montreal.
Oh,
so like that part.
Interesting.
Yeah, so right. So even though like I have like my gripes about it, like I still think like the culture is beautiful. Like it's a beautiful place.
Wow.
Yeah. So that's like about French language, and another part that I would say I'm pretty sure people who have stayed in Montreal are quite exasperated by it. Like the constructions, man. Like the constructions. They stay on the road for a long time. Like like those orange cones, like you wouldn't see them disappear. And especially if winter has started, like, well, best of luck. It's gonna be there. It's already a fixture of the road, you know? Like it's not gonna disappear. So like that's like another part.
It's part of the road.
Yeah, I don't know. Is it kind of like that in New York? Like, how's like
No, I mean, all right.
constructions and
So
stuff? You know?
constructions, it is a big thing in New York as well, but most of the time it's not. I wouldn't say it's road constructions, but more of building constructions. Like
Oh,
you would
okay.
see scaffoldings that just basically covers like the road and covers your building,
Okay, okay.
and it will stay there for God knows how long. Like they don't even tell you like what they're working on. They might be fixing a window, they might be fixing an apartment or something. But the scaffoldings, like you would see like it will literally cover up shops, like shops names, and you have to sort of like see through the scaffolding, or like go across the street to see which store it is, because you can't see the name of the store because it's covered by the scaffolding.
Okay.
Yeah, sometimes like the the sinkholes,
Oh, yes.
or the manholes. Sorry, like in New York, like they work on the plumbing or whatever, and during the winter you'd see like basically the middle of a crossroad or something that they cover it with like a big ass cone, and like smoke sort of billowing out of the manhole.
Oh, yeah, yeah. Okay.
Yeah, and sometimes you have to walk through it, so it's like getting what do you call it? Getting baptized by friggin' what do you call it? Sewage gas or
Oh,
something.
yeah, yeah. You get. Oh God. Yeah.
Yeah.
I hope at least it doesn't
Yeah.
smell, right?
Sometimes it smells like absolute S word, but sometimes it's alright.
Okay, okay. Well, that's good to
Yeah.
know. Oh man. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, construction in New York, it's the scaffoldings. Like they will
Okay.
like take half. Basically, you have the pedestrian or like the pavement.
Oh,
and it
yes.
takes half the space.
Ah,
of
yes,
the
yes.
pavement. And it's like you have to go through like basically Mario Kart, trying to not to get not to hit the scaffolding and not to hit other people. But yeah, construction it's
Okay,
not bad.
okay.
Like you get used to it.
Yeah,
the
yeah.
scaffolding,
Likewise, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it gets annoying, but it's not bad.
So yeah, like well, I guess it's good that it's not covering the road, because yeah. So like that part about like the roads often being under construction, it also ties into like the third part. Well, I guess like combine like this second point and the third point, which is parking in downtown. It is really, really difficult to find.
Ugh.
Like, because
I mean,
yeah, like I don't know, like if you have these things in New York, but like these signs that says like, let's say, oh, like from Monday to Friday it's only like from 9 till 5, and then like outside from 9 till 5 Monday to Friday it's like no parking, but then like it's free. Or like, oh, like you can park here but you need a permit. And or like there's like, so you gotta, like in Montreal, like even if like you own a car, if you don't have a garage, like you have to constantly shift your car somewhere, because like they would be like washing the streets or something like that.
Yep.
Or like, so yeah, like that experience is like pretty bad, and then combined with like how the roads are often under construction, like having a car in Montreal is not the best experience. Outside of the island, maybe. So like outside of like downtown area, like we have this area called Laval and Longueuil. Like those areas, like they're much more suburban, and like it's much more accessible for cars. But on the main island, like nah, it's yeah.
Interesting. I mean, you should, parking literally the same in New York, same probably.
Yeah.
I mean, oh man, New York, LA, pick your poison. Like, which one is worse? I have no idea. Both are bad. Well, in New York, a lot of it is street parking, like parallel parking.
Yes.
So if you can't parallel park, same in LA as well. If you can't parallel park, you're out.
Oof. Yep.
Don't even think about driving in New York or LA. But yeah, my friends who have, I didn't have a car, but I used to drive like rental cars.
Oh yes.
But my friends who do have cars, like, if they don't have like parking space, like, or garage in their apartment, they would, street park outside of their apartment or outside of their house. And it's okay, but I do, like you said, though, in some areas there is like street cleaning, and if you don't basically move your car, well, it's gonna get trashed by the cleaning truck. But besides that, yeah, I've like parking in New York is an absolute nightmare just because there's not enough space. And even if you find some place to park, it's gonna be really expensive.
Yeah.
So most people move by, public transport, obviously, or Uber.
Uber
Uber is
Uber.
There's this one thing about New York that's so interesting. There's a meme. It sort of basically tells you like New Yorkers and people who are coming from abroad, or basically like who are filthy rich. They would look at basically where they're going, right? And it's gonna say like, oh, it's gonna take like 30 minutes by Uber, and so like most locals would say I can make it in 30 by walking. Like they would rather walk to somewhere rather than take the the car, just because the traffic is absolutely obscene.
Wow.
Yeah. It's faster to just like, honestly, this is how I moved when I was in New York. If let's say hey, let's meet somewhere, blah blah. I looked at the map. I saw an Uber price, and then I changed it to like renting a bike, like or an e-bike, a city bike. So it's like, okay, city bike it is then. So I just biked myself through the nearest bike spot of wherever I'm going.
Right.
And that's how I moved. Like driving is just not an option in the city. It's just it's unbelievable.
Oh,
So,
like on that point, like you mentioned a bit like the public transport. Like how is it? How accessible is it like in New York? Because just like as a comparison, like for me, when I'm in Montreal, I guess because like I'm like using like a monthly pass, like I wouldn't even consider like Uber at all, because like the transport, I would like the public transport in Montreal, I would say is very very accessible, or like it's very convenient. So that's why like I want to know like how is it in New York?
So there are good things about it and there are bad things about it, right?
Fair enough. Yeah.
Good thing is that there are a lot of lines that can take you basically anywhere. You can go from Manhattan to Queens, Manhattan to Brooklyn, Manhattan to the Bronx, literally by just using the same train.
Oh, okay.
You have the local and express. That's a good thing.
Right.
I think that's it. The bad thing about New York Metro is that it's very old. It's very, very old, and they run 24/7.
Oh, 24/7. Okay.
Yes. Most lines, like the major lines, they will run 24/7. So the metro does not have time to be fixed, essentially. Now, if you take a comparison to how metros are run in Japan, we have last train at like midnight, or even less than midnight, right? And then you have first train like 5 in the morning or something.
Yes.
It doesn't happen in New York. It runs 24/7, and it's very much prone to breaking down.
Oh, lots of okay.
Yeah, lots of basically rails not working, or the trains just get too packed or whatever. But there are a lot of moments where it's like it's just not coming. Like, it says like it's coming in 5 minutes. It's not coming. It's lying. Like it's gonna come in like 15 probably.
Okay.
So there's that. So one good thing about New York public transport is that it's a flat price.
Okay.
So it doesn't matter if you go from, let's say, Manhattan, from Financial District to Chinatown, which is very close, by the way, or if you're going to Financial District to the Bronx, which is far.
Right.
When I was in New York, it was $275 for one ride. I'm not sure how much it is right now.
Yeah,
I think
probably.
it recently got up to like Metro price. Let's Google it. Metro price. I think it's now $2.90, or maybe even $3.
Oh, okay.
It is $2.90 right now. Yeah, it's probably gonna go up to $3 a ride in 2026.
Oh, okay.
And the good part about New York Metro is that you don't need a card. Like in Japan, you need like a Suica or whatever, right? Or a Metro card. But in Japan, you can just like pay by your credit card.
Oh.
It goes straight through your credit card.
Interesting.
And that's what I really liked about it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So that was one of the good things about New York public transport. So I didn't take the bus that often, just because the train is just much more accessible.
Yeah,
You
yeah,
can find
for sure.
stations anywhere basically.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
So you have the local and express line, which is really nice. Basically, either it's a multi-stop or it skips stop basically, right?
Yeah, yeah, that's the express one, right?
Yeah. But
Mm.
worst thing for me about New York public transport, is that, well, when I was still there, right, it was basically also a place for the homeless people.
Uh-huh.
So a lot of homeless people, obviously, during the winter time, New York gets really cold. They can't
Yes.
stay outside,
Mm-hmm.
and the shelters are full. So this is only in New York. Sorry, this only happens in New York. But people will jump over the turnstiles for the ticket.
Oh,
They
yeah,
don't
yeah.
pay.
Yeah, I see that a lot.
You might have, yeah, you might have seen a video or two about it. Like, people
Yep.
will jump over the turnstiles.
Damn.
And now here's the beautiful thing about New York: no one gives a single penny about what you're doing.
Huh.
So you can jump over a turnstile, and people will not bat an eye on you. Even if there are cops like right behind you, if you jump over
Really?
a turnstile, they don't care.
Yo,
They will just
okay.
look at you and like, whatever. So homeless people, when it gets cold, or when obviously it's raining, whatever, they would jump over a turnstile and they would get into the train and they would sleep there.
Oh, okay.
And it happens a lot, obviously, during the winter time.
Mm-hmm.
They would get in the train, they would sleep there, or they would sleep in the platform or on the platform,
Yeah, yeah.
and basically treat it as their homes. So it's again, I think this is just because of this how the system is just working in the US. Like, a lot of homeless are not getting the support that they need.
Yeah.
And it's really
uh-huh.
unfortunate.
Yeah.
And they're using what they can to survive, and it is what it is. But New York, especially New York Metro, there are a couple of things. If you ever go to New York, if anyone's listening and they're trying to go to New York, if the train is empty for no reason, most of the time, 1, it's either smelly, 2 days it's not working, or 3, there's some crazy people in there.
Oh,
And
okay.
people move to the other trains or the other carts.
Ah, okay, okay.
And yeah, so if you see a cart that's suspiciously empty, there's a reason why.
Okay. All right.
So
Okay.
yeah, it's quite wild. How
Yeah, yeah.
transport.
Like, in addition to that, I think I've heard of like New York rats going around in the subway as well.
Woohoo.
Like, that's it.
Mama, you
That's
remember remember Ratatouille?
Yeah.
Yeah, them fat boys running around.
Oh, dang. Okay.
You would see them like just scurrying through the rail tracks, and I'm like, that's
Oh,
Remy's
wow.
long lost
Okay.
cousin.
Man.
And yeah, it's
Wow, yeah, it's
the rats.
so the subway's
And-
kind of wild, huh?
Oh, it's whack. It's absolutely wild. It's a yeah, Woody's wild ride right there. And also the stations, right? The
Mhm.
stations are old as hell. They're not air conditioned.
Okay.
So in the summer, it's just horrible. It's like a sauna. In the
Ooh,
winter, it gets really
okay.
cold.
Okay, so
So
it's not
literally
working.
the worst of both worlds.
so the system's just not working, huh?
Yep.
So
Yeah.
like I would say like, okay, the good thing about Montreal subway is like they have the same benefit as you said. So it's like a flat rate regardless of wherever you go, which I noticed
Yeah.
is not the same as Japan, right? Japan is like based on like the
Right.
distance where you go, and then you
Yeah.
have to pay based on that.
Right.
And
Right.
another, like, I would say Montreal fortunately doesn't have as bad of like a I would say like the homeless problem as maybe compared to New York. There
Sure.
are still people who would like stay and sleep there. I've seen like a bunch of people who are basically already like regulars there. But yeah, fortunately we don't have rats so far.
Must be nice.
Oh yeah, it's, I mean, like, it's really nice. And like the subway itself, unfortunately we don't have occasions where like the one car would be suspiciously empty, and then there would be like some crazy stuff going on. Like,
Yep.
it's relatively safe, I would say.
Mm-hmm.
It's relatively safe. It's
Yeah.
relatively fast,
Mm-hmm.
quite affordable. Although that's kind of arguable because like some people would say like recently the prices have been going up, and
Uh-huh.
quite frequently at that, which I can understand. Yeah, it's been going up.
Mm-hmm.
It's
Yeah.
but yeah, fortunately, yeah, it's quite accessible. It's quite safe. So yeah,
Mm-hmm.
you can definitely take this to go anywhere. But yeah, also the same thing. It's certainly starting to show its age.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Like you can see that especially like the subway stations are looking a bit old.
Right.
But I mean but so far they're all right. Like I don't know, like comparing this to like I don't know I don't know how this would compare to like the Japanese system. Like because like I would say like they're both equally good, with the exception that probably the Montreal metro is a bit noisy. Like as in like the
Okay.
car itself. Like the car itself is pretty noisy.
I see. I see. I see.
But yeah.
Interesting.
Mm.
Yeah, I mean, I think we spoke sort of like in length about like things we like and things we dislike. I mean, you talked a bit about the things you dislike about Montreal,
Mm-hmm. Oh
and
yeah.
just sort of like mirroring it to New York. Man,
Yeah,
I
yeah.
mean,
Like what about yours? Like your gripes about New York?
yeah, it's like, New York is such an interesting city because like you love to hate it and you hate to love it. Like
Yep.
there are things about it that you just like, God damn, this city is absolutely horrible. But then the next day it's like, this city is goddamn amazing. It's like it's weird.
Yeah.
It's like a
Mhm.
it's a
Oh,
love-hate
dude.
relationship about it, right?
Dude, yeah, I get that for sure. Mm-hmm.
It doesn't happen in Japan. Like in Japan, it's like, it's a nice city. Like Kyoto is a nice city. Sendai is a nice city. You just sort of like it's a constant feeling. But in New York, it's like peaks and valleys. Like one day you're like euphoria. Next day it's like this effing city is absolutely s whatever, right?
Yep,
Um,
yep.
the positive things, and I sort of mentioned, it's a multicultural city. But again, the negatives, man, like the price, Lord have mercy, like prices in New York are
Oof.
absolutely out of control.
Mm-hmm,
Um, Rent is crazy. Obviously, food. Now, here's the thing: food. The tipping culture in the U.S. Is something I just disagree with in general. It has become, the tipping culture is its own topic, but it's
Right,
become, tipping has become mandatory essentially.
Yeah.
And TLDR, essentially, the reason why tipping exists is because the employees are not paying the tipped employers enough money. So the employees, basically the tipped employees, are relying on customers to basically fill that gap between the pay. And why is this happening? It's because the employers know that tipping culture is real. Like people will tip, or 95% of the time, and they don't feel the need to cover that minimum pay. So, for example, most waiters in New York, they will get paid $10 an hour, even though the minimum wage is $15 an hour. And why is that? It's because they get tipped. If they get tipped, their hourly wage will increase to like 25, 20, like sometimes $30 an hour.
Okay.
So, it's by that logic that the managers or the employers say, hey, we're not going to pay you $15, we're going to pay you less because you're getting tipped. So that for me is such a negative part of the culture, because it just increases the cost of eating out, like substantially. Like, I would say that even if you go to like a cheap restaurant, like a dinner would cost you $17 on the menu, plus tax, plus tip, like $25 probably.
Yep.
Per person. So, and you add like a brunch or dinner or whatever, or lunch. So like a day, if you're just eating out every single day in New York, it's probably gonna run you $100 per person.
Yeah. Okay.
So it's quite a lot of money, and let's say if you're only making like $20 an hour, it's 5 hours of work gone, just like that. So costs of living a cost of just going out is really expensive. Now, let's say
Mm.
if you don't go out, right, you buy your groceries and stuff like that. Now, obviously, it's cheaper, but it
Mhm.
is still quite expensive. Like in general, like groceries in the US are not super super cheap. Like you have to be really like Scrooge McDuck level of stinginess to not spend more than like $40 a week maybe on like
Oh,
groceries.
okay. Mm-hmm.
$40, maybe 30. I'm not sure. Like I haven't, don't remember exactly, but yeah, like you have to be really really stingy and not just and try to like force down on your needs essentially.
Yeah,
So
you gotta.
living
Mm-hmm.
costs,
Mm-hmm.
living costs is just an absolute nightmare in New York.
Oof. Okay.
Yeah, trying to go out and have fun obviously is really expensive. Tipping culture,
Mhm.
rent is insane.
Yeah.
So that's one thing, living costs obviously, and the other thing that's quite unique to New York is I wouldn't, how do I say this, like it's I think we sort of like touched upon it briefly.
Mhm.
It's such a big city, but
Okay.
it feels extremely lonely at times.
Oh.
Like
Okay.
you are in the middle of this giant black hole essentially, and you're just like a little speck. And now, luckily for me, I was able to meet my best friends in New York, and so I
Mhm.
had like my own community that I always go to. But I've heard
Yeah.
stories of people feeling like they are every day they meet a lot of people, but they are still so lonely because they are not connected to the people that they're meeting.
Mm.
So that's one thing that I sort of like dislike about New York. In a way, it's a city with a lot of people, but at the same time, it feels very lonely, especially if you don't
Okay.
have your groups. And luckily, I was able to have mine.
Mhm.
But yeah, it's such how do I say this? It's like riding a wave, in New York. Like people are always like they're rushing to get to places, and it's like there's not a lot of time or space to connect to people,
Oh.
unfortunately. So that's one of the things that I dislike about New York for sure.
That's interesting. That like I wouldn't like when you first brought up like loneliness as like a problem, like a
Mm-hmm.
like a common problem in New York. Like
Yeah.
it's yeah, it's really like how would I say this? Like it's an interesting, how do you say, contrast, I suppose, because
Mm-hmm.
you can get lonely, and I think like in a big city, like it feels really easy to like be lonely because there's just so
Mm-hmm.
much
Mm-hmm.
people, but there's not a lot of opportunity to connect.
Yep.
But then at the same time, you can there is also this feeling of multiculturalism, which is like
Mm-hmm.
it's an interesting, like, I don't know if juxtaposition is the right word, but it's something like
Yeah.
that. Like, oh, like on the one hand you can have like this feeling of like like all these cultures, different cultures, but
Mm-hmm.
on the
Mm-hmm.
same token you can feel
Mm-hmm.
lonely, and which I don't know if in Montreal. I feel like in Montreal, I can only speak from personal experience. Like,
Sure.
I was also, like you said, I was also lucky that I was able to find a group of friends that I could talk
Mm-hmm.
to.
Mm-hmm.
And well, fortunately, like I still have like friends online and things like that. Like we're
Right.
still
Right.
talking,
Right.
so like I like that's also like another blessing.
Mm-hmm.
There are some meetup groups, I suppose.
Mm-hmm.
Like in Montreal, it feels like there's like some meetup groups here and there. But
Right.
yeah,
Right.
like I
Right.
felt like, okay, let me think about this.
Mm-hmm.
It feels like just by having lots of people going around you, like there is like this pressure for you to find a community if you haven't had one.
Ah.
Like, I feel like that's like there's such a thing, or like such a problem with like a big cities, especially
Yep.
if you just moved in and like you don't know anyone, and like like, you know, like if you, like, let's say like if you had school, like it's easy to make friends, right? Like you
Right.
already have like the environment to do that, even though like it can be difficult if you like moved in midway. Sure.
Right.
But like when it comes to like adult life, I felt like it's much more difficult if you don't know, like, let's say what your niche is. You know,
Right.
like let's say like if you already know, like, let's say, you know, like for you, like let's say if you play tennis, then like you can go to like a tennis club, and then like you can start making friends
Right.
from there. Like if you have like
Right.
certain hobbies that you can, like certain hobbies that would enforce you to connect with people, that would be nice. But
Right.
if you don't have that, then like it's, yeah, you're, well, at that moment you're kind of screwed, because it can be a bit difficult.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So,
that's a very good point. I very
Mhm.
much agree with that, and I think that's a big. I think there's a word for it, like loneliness epidemic or something like that.
Oh yeah.
That's sort of
Uh-huh.
like it affects like the big urban cities in the world, not just New York but Tokyo.
Yeah.
Think about London or something like that. And
Mm.
it happened in New York, or it happens in New York, and I've heard stories about people who are just like absolutely, let's say like really negative stories about just like the loneliness epidemic and how it can just bring people. Like the worst part about that is it's you're in a sea of people, but for some reason you're still alone,
Right.
and
Right.
that
Mhm.
drives people to the negative ends, unfortunately.
Yeah.
And yeah, those things are it's a really, again, it's something that I'm not the biggest fan of in New York.
Yeah, I would say like it's unfortunately, like it's the cost of having big cities with a lot of people.
Essentially, yeah, it's
Because like you would see, I mean, like if you talk to people one by one, I'm pretty sure like eventually you would discover that they also feel the same way as you, that they also feel lonely. Oh wow, there's so many people, they feel lonely. But what you see when you're walking down the street perhaps is just like so many group of friends, so many people, like they're having fun. Oh, that group over
Absolutely.
there, like there's like these bars and everything. You just see all these people having fun, and then like you look at yourself, it's like, well, what about me? Like I don't have friends.
You just
It's so lonely, like,
very much agree. You just put unnecessary pressure on yourself, and that's one of the things that I think, for me, New York was just the most obvious sort of like example, just because such a big city with too many people, and you still have that loneliness, and I'm just like, wow, it's really unique, negatively unique.
Does it?
Yeah.
Like, I'm curious though. Just quick question. Like, does this feeling usually get worse during winter?
Really good question. It does get, I think I would say, just because it gets cold, right?
Right.
It gets cold and it gets really unbearable during the winter. I think people just, it probably does, it gets worse definitely during winter time. And again, luckily, I was lucky enough to have like a group of friends that that we hung out during winter, during the cold months.
Man.
We were playing games, getting KFC.
Yeah.
I remember that. There was like one night.
Dang.
One night it was like storming in our dorm. I was like in our apartment, and it was like,
Yeesh.
we want to get some KFC, and it was like we went and get the big bucket. It was a good time, man. It was a good time.
Oh yeah, that sounded so good. I feel like I could use one right now. I know it's morning time, but I want that bucket right now.
Get it. Go get it.
Yeah, I'll probably get it for lunch. We'll see. Oh, yeah. Yeah. Other than the loneliness problem, I feel like the prices. Yeah, just like to move to like another point you made. Prices here is also getting a bit crazy. Well, it's getting quite crazy in Montreal. Although, like, it's not only unique to Montreal, unfortunately. Like, if you go to other big cities, like, let's say, quote-unquote, larger cities in Canada, like in Vancouver and Toronto, like, the prices are even more out of control. Like, in here, like, I would say, like, me right now, like, I got it pretty lucky. Like, even though, like, I'm sharing apartment like sharing the apartment
Mm-hmm.
with like a bunch of other people. Like in total, like
Right.
there's like 5 of us, but
Yeah.
we're all like in friendly terms with each other. Like we sometimes even hang out.
Mm-hmm.
And for me, like, you know, I would be just like the only guy who don't really speak French, and like they would just like speak and I'd just like be quietly listening. But like, you know, like it's still we still have some fun times sometimes. So it's pretty great, pretty fortunate
Mm-hmm.
on that sense. And then,
Right.
like we managed to get the rent pretty low because we kept on transferring the lease because I don't know if it works the same way in New York, but if you transfer the lease, then
Mm-hmm.
the property owner wouldn't have the chance to like refurbish it, so like they wouldn't be able to jack up the prices.
Ooh.
Something
Yeah,
so like
I mean,
yeah, that's why you keep on transferring it so that like you can keep the price as cheap as possible. It's gonna look a bit
uh-huh.
it's gonna, you know, probably gonna look a bit questionable here and there, but like it's still
Yeah.
comfortable, you know.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah.
Yeah. Real estate anywhere is rough, isn't
It
it?
seems so, yeah. Like it's getting really rough these days.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah. Is there anything else about New York that like you would say is it's a bit questionable?
It's a bit
Or-
questionable. What else about New York? I mean, you know, I think that's basically it. I mean, I talk about price, talk about sort of like the the
Loneliness,
interesting
is it?
loneliness epidemic, which
Mhm.
is just, again, it's such a big city thing, which is so unique, you know,
Yeah,
in of
mhm.
itself. But yeah, I mean, you know, I think New York is such a you love to, either you love it or you hate it. But I think most people will, you know, they will eventually get tired of New York, I would say. Most of my friends who moved to New York, who are even like locals who are like born and raised in New York, they're like, I'm sick and tired of this city. Like I want to get somewhere. I want to get out of the city.
Damn, okay.
Because it does take a toll on you. Unfortunately, it's just, you know, this New York is called the city that never sleeps, right?
Yep.
Because it never sleeps. It's 24/7. It takes a toll on your mental health. It takes a toll on your physical health. So there's why most people who live in the city, they will try to get out of the city during the weekends. Yeah. Otherwise, it's such a taxing city to be in 24/7.
Interesting.
All the lights, all the buildings, all the gray stuff. It just, you know, it takes a toll on you for sure. But yeah, I would say, you know, it's a beautiful city. I mean, I still love New York.
Yep.
But honestly, right, if I had to choose between LA or New York,
Yeah.
I think I would choose LA, man. I'm a West Coast
Really?
guy.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay. Huh.
I haven't spoken about LA much, but
Yeah, like why in that sense, like if you don't mind talking about it a bit.
yeah, absolutely. I think Los Angeles is first and foremost the weather. I mean,
Fair enough.
I can go out shirtless and with shorts on, basically.
Oh, yeah.
9 months out of a year. Maybe the winter can get a bit chilly, but most of the time I can get by using just a hoodie, no jacket.
Okay.
And so here's one thing that I noticed about Los Angeles. A lot of people are fake happy, not fake happy, like fake nice and fake happy. Yeah,
Interesting.
both fake nice and
Okay.
fake happy.
Okay.
Like they will sort of like, if you ask them, let's say the scenario is you ask them for directions on the street, they would probably smile and they would try to help you and stuff like that. But honestly, like if they were being honest, they would be like, hey, screw you, I don't care about you, something like that.
Whoa. Okay.
Yeah. That's sort of like what I sort of experienced when I was in LA. But again, I think the weather is just beautiful. And you know, I'm more of a beach guy. I'm more of a sea guy than I'm more of a, you know, sea guy.
Okay.
So you have access to great city, great beaches, great sea in California.
Right.
And you know, you literally can go to, you know, maybe not Malibu, but you can go to any local beaches and have a good time there with your friends. and it's just not as crowded as New York. Now, obviously, downtown is a different area, but
Yeah.
once you get out of downtown, it's, I don't know, man. Like LA is just, it's nice. It just has that space. I think it's just because once you get out of LA, right, you get to LA County, you are in this suburb area where, you know, neighbors are nice. You have parks, you have beaches, you have sports centers, you have museums, you have like malls, which is just a nice place to be in. Whereas in New York, I don't think that happens as much.
Oh.
Just because of the proximity to the city. I guess that's where, you know, because I was living too close to Manhattan, I guess, probably.
Yeah.
But when I was in LA, I was in LA County. I was in a place called Long Beach, which is like south of Los Angeles. And for me, that place was just, it was perfect. Close to the beach, close to the art centers, close to the sports centers.
Okay.
So yeah, it was, I think it was more livable. LA, California was definitely more livable compared to New York for me.
Okay.
You still get that multicultural aspect of the city as well, especially in like LA area. You know, you have your Chinatown, you have your Thai town, you have your Koreatown, little Tokyo.
Right.
There's still that melting pot, but just a bit more spread apart. And yeah, the area is a bit more livable in my opinion, man.
Okay.
It's
I
more
see.
spread apart. Just because California. Okay, fun fact. Did you know that California is bigger than Japan?
Damn. I know it's big,
Yeah.
but I didn't expect it to be that big.
It's bigger than Japan. So
Wow. Okay.
yeah. Also, to get to LA from New York, it takes around 6 hours by flight. That's how
Oof.
far it is.
Oh dang. Right. Because it's like from east to west coast, right? That's.
Yes.
Wait, that's.
It is far.
That is slightly longer than Montreal to Vancouver. I think Montreal to Vancouver. Nah, it's actually no. You know what? Actually, it's about the same.
It's probably
amount of
close,
time,
no?
I think. Yeah, close.
Yeah.
It's quite close. Yeah. Oof. Okay.
But yeah, LA, I think for me, it's just more a livable city. It has the good parts about New York in a more livable city, in a sort of like, I guess, friendlier weather. Just because it's predictable. You know, you know what you're gonna be dealing with in LA. There's no sudden storms or winter or whatever.
Oh, okay.
However, some of the bad parts about LA is one, it's a car-friendly city. Like, you need a car to live in
okay.
LA or in California in
Right.
general. Because if you don't have a car, well, good luck. Like, you will not get anywhere. You cannot get anywhere because the train doesn't work, the bus doesn't work.
Okay.
It's just way too spread apart for you to go anywhere without a car. So it's a very car-heavy city. And I know you spoke about traffic in Montreal. Nothing beats traffic in Los Angeles during our rush hour.
Oh,
Like,
it's bad.
you're just, oh my god, you just sit in your car for like an hour and a half, just waiting for it to move.
Oh wow. Okay.
Yeah, in the freeway, I'm like, yep, that's my life.
Wow. Okay.
Yep.
That's
So it's quite negative, but once you get used to that sort of like car lifestyle, you can get anywhere. You can, you know, so Southern California is really big, right? You have your San Diego, you have your Anaheim, you have your Los Angeles, and there's so many places to visit. A lot of like great parks, and yeah, man, like I think LA is just much more livable. And then again, if I have to choose between LA or New York, I would say LA.
Oh, okay.
I think the livable aspect is just nicer to me.
Okay. That's interestingly, like those parts that you said is also like what I would say are the positives of Montreal. Well,
Really?
outside of the car thing, because like we have like the metro, it's working very well. so far. I hope it keeps
be
on
nice.
working that well. Yeah.
Amen.
Well,
Knock on wood.
But hey, man, like we still got like sometimes like -20 winters, so like that's the price we gotta pay. But yeah, like the parks and like the parks, the museums, like all like these accessible. Would you say like they're third spaces? Yeah, let's call them third spaces for now. So like those spaces. Yeah, like we also have a lot of that in Montreal. Like that's why like I love it here. Like it feels like so far to me, listening to what you've described about New York and LA, it seems like Montreal sort of has the best of both worlds.
Yeah.
Well, with the exception of the winter and maybe like the crisis, you know. Yeah, but
Right.
yeah, we learn to live with it eventually.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, hearing your story about Montreal, like I definitely have to visit, and you know.
Oh yeah.
LA, New York, whenever, you know, if we can make it happen.
Oh wait, I almost forget about one thing. Like one thing that I really love about Montreal so far, and like this is dude, the cathedrals and the churches, man. Like
Interesting.
yeah, so I would say like regardless whether like let's say you're religious, like you're Catholic or whatever, or like let's say you're religious but you're not Catholic, like I would definitely recommend visiting the cathedrals in Montreal.
Interesting.
It's beautiful. Like
wow.
It's not only beautiful, but there are like lots of them, you know. Like I like, let's say like when, so my family visited for a bit, and so like when they came, and like so my sister is like she's like also like a huge, what do you call that, like she's really into like churches and cathedrals as well. So like we went looking and onto like Google Maps and like see what we have, and there's like a lot of them. So there's just like so many of them. It's quite, I'm like, okay, because like when we looked at Google Maps, there's like just so many that I haven't seen before, and like they're also pretty huge. It's just
interesting.
Yeah. And then there's like this really big one that is like on top of like Montreal, so on top of like that small hill, and like you would get the best view of the sunset from there. It's really beautiful.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Damn.
So
interesting.
So like if you're, I don't know, like if any of the listeners are like really into like if you're really into like these visiting cathedrals or like some like religious buildings, like I would say like in North America, like Montreal would be like one of the best places to go.
Interesting.
Well, that's in addition to like the accessible transport to get you to those places. So yeah, I would definitely recommend it. Yeah.
Interesting. Yeah, I wouldn't say that LA has that. New York has some sort of like, again, I'm not the most religious person in the world, so I don't go to churches.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, I don't also like go out of my way to look for churches. I remember walking past a couple of like really sort of iconic looking churches or cathedrals in New York, but not in LA. Again, just because LA is so wide, like it's so widely spread, like I probably didn't go there yet.
I see.
But I'm sure there are some, obviously, you know, iconic looking cathedrals or churches in those areas. Right.
So we talked a lot. Yeah, we talked a lot about
in length.
We talked quite in length. This is quite unexpected in a good way. So I talked quite in length about our experiences living in like Montreal and then for Rui like in New York and in Los Angeles. And well, I'm pretty sure like we learned a lot about each other's places. Like now, like I guess like first on the bucket list is like to visit New York someday.
Ooh. Yes, sir. It's again, you know, it's gonna leave a mark on you for sure.
Yeah, I hope I can eventually. Like it's because like the reason why I'm curious about NA, well, you know, like I guess like I've been consuming like some fictional media, like the depiction of New York in those media is just really beautiful. Like,
of course,
one example is you know, the Spider-Man game, right? Like the
of course,
right, like just like listening to or like seeing how like Peter's experience of like living in there and then like seeing like his stories and then being
Yep.
able to literally swing by the city and seeing how it's like it makes me curious. And because like yeah, that's when I first had the inkling that wait, this kind of feels like Montreal but in a different way. It feels similar but different. And that's when I first had that impression. And then last night, like I watched like some movie. I watched a movie and it was set in New York. Like it's called Past Lives. I don't know if you've heard of that one.
Not yet. I don't know about that one, but I'll look.
It's a good one. Yeah. It hits you in the feels. It's really good.
It's in the feels. Interesting.
Yeah, man. Yeah, it's a poignant story, but it's also set in New York, and like you get to see like the glimpses of like the characters. How the characters' lives sort of like developed as they lived in New York, and so like it's those stories, and then like listening to how we talked about it, like that made me like eventually want to visit New York someday.
Hey man, you know, I'm glad that, you know, the stories about New York sparked a bit of a, you know, love for New York in yourself. And one thing about Spider-Man, right? It's actually pretty much. Obviously, it's not gonna be like every single location is the same because it's a game. But
for sure.
I would say 90% of the feel of New York, like the places, the parks, the landmarks, it's true. It's literally where they are. And the one thing again, if you're ever playing Spider-Man, so my university is in it's located like the main part of the uni is by Washington Square Park, which is on like West 4th or something, if I remember correctly. And if you swing by that place, in Spider-Man, they get the park right, but because of copyright, they can't use my university's name.
Okay.
Yep. So I think it's like, I forgot the Empire State University or something in Spider-Man. In real life, it's NYU, so
okay.
They got that right. Yeah.
Yeah, I think there's some side quest about like some students going berserk or something like that, right? Oh, if not spoilers, so. It's my bad.
Yeah, probably. Again, I played it, I finished it, but I don't remember anything about it.
Okay,
yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, that's at least for me, like it's like that. So like it makes me. And you know, like I'm glad that like we had this like conversation because it also made me think about, well, maybe reevaluate like how I feel about like Montreal as well. Like how do I feel about the city? Like, and I mean, I do like this city, and like and now I can somewhat say that I'm glad I took the plunge to move out here.
Hey man, I'm so glad to hear it, and you know, hearing your stories with Montreal, you know, again, same for me. It makes me want to visit. You know, like I'd love to see this sort of like essentially Canadian version of New York. I don't know if that's a good way of saying it, but
quite ish in a way. Yeah. I hope the Montrealers who listen to this aren't angry at us for that, but like I low key feel that way. So you know, like.
Hey man, but you know, hearing the stories, you know, I definitely want to visit Montreal too, and I mean, you know, obviously I don't live in NA anymore, but just sort of like, I guess reminiscing through, you know, through the memory lane, like I had such a great time in Los Angeles, in New York, you know, I basically lived my formative years in you know, in those cities, and I met my friends for life, literally my brothers from another mothers from in those cities, and you know, it's I think those cities shaped me to be who I am today, and honestly, you know, I love them. I love them cities so much, and yeah, just reminiscing through memory lane just makes me feel a bit emotional of all the things that I went through in LA, New York, you know, things that you will never find in Japan. Like, for example, in New York, the dollar pizza, the street food, the halal cart. Mamma mia, you cannot find that in New York or outside of New York. I'm sorry.
Oh man.
The halal carts, man, like $5-6 for a nice plate of rice in cold winter. Amazing. the dollar pizza when you're just hungry and you're broke and you can't afford Joe's. Just go to a dollar pizza, get literally a pizza for $1. That's huge. Only
You think
New York.
you think they'd still have that? The dollar pizza?
Oh yeah, I'm sure they do. Like you will find like dollar pizza signs anywhere. Best one though,
Alright.
Two Bros. Two Bros
Two Bro.
Pizza. Yeah,
Alright, shout out to them.
unplayable. Yep, shout out to them.
Hashtag
dollar
not sponsored though.
Saved my hungry ass many times.
Two Bros.
When I was in New York. Two
Okay.
Bros. And you know, in LA, nothing beats this. I swear my life on this. But if you ever go to LA, go get Porto's. Porto's Bakery. Yep, and their cheese. I forgot why they call it. It's like their cheese, like cream cheese not ravioli. Like it's a cream cheese something.
Okay.
And I swear to God, it hits like crack cocaine. Like
Okay.
it sends you somewhere that you never been before. And yeah, nothing beats that. It's my go-to if I ever go back to LA. Porto's, absolute must.
Porto's Bakery, gotcha. Well, I'll have to think about food recommendations because like
Hell yeah.
I'll have to think about that because like I don't really have anything that pop in my mind. Oh well, you know, yeah, okay, maybe poutine, but of course like poutine's like a it's like a the pride of us Quebecois. Montreal.
So question.
Yep.
How do you pronounce it? Is it Putin, like, you know, Putin, or like Putin? Because I've heard people say Putin, and I'm like, which one is right?
No, but not putain. That's putain. That's a different. That's a curse word.
Is it?
Yeah. So
Oh,
putain is a French curse word. Like, but, yeah, it literally means the B word. But no. Yeah, it's okay. We say it a lot. Like I have like my friends here. Like they say it a lot. It's like, oh yeah, okay.
Pardon my French.
But nah, like the way it says poutine. Yeah.
Okay, wonderful. Good to know.
Yeah, poutine. It's well, you know, like it's of course it's unhealthy because like it's fries, it's cheese,
Basically.
it's right, it's gravy, it's like
Fries.
Right. It's like the ultimate. Like for me, it feels like the epitome of a cheat meal. You know, without the fried stuff. It's like
Yeah.
And there's just like this really one good restaurant. Yeah, little shout out here to like Mapul Mouye. Like it's like a combination of like poutine with with Portuguese rotisserie chicken essentially.
Damn.
Right, so like they put like that chicken like on like it's not even they put like probably parts of like whole chicken on top of the poutine. And then like they have like a little spicy sauce. You can even ask for like some like some green peppers and stuff like that. Oof, good stuff. Like I would highly recommend that one to people for sure.
Okay, well there you go, guys. Montreal. Go ahead, say it one more time for me. What's the name?
Mapul Mouye.
Mapul Mouye. There you go.
Yep.
New York. You gotta get your Two Bros.
All
you gotta get your halal food. Oh, okay.
Okay.
One guy right here. He's been my lifesaver ever since I got to New York. Santa's halal cart in front of Palladium. I think 14th Street, just right in front of Palladium, next to the Union Square station. Absolute legend. Santa's halal cart. And Los Angeles, get your Portos. Absolutely, you gotta get your Portos.
Gotcha, man. Okay. Well, there you have it, folks.
Indeed. So, some food recommendations just to wrap this video up. But yeah, guys, it's been a bit sort of like a meaty episode on our impressions of the city that we lived, or mostly in LA or in North America. Things we liked, things we disliked, and hope you find this video or this podcast interesting. And we will see you in the next episode.
Yeah, see you next episode. We initially planned to touch on Japan, but we'll do it in the next part, so look forward to that.
Indeed. Yes. We'll see you in the next path.
Right, see you in the next path.